pay close attention to punctuation marks. You're going to pay close attention to
punctuation marks.
Yeah, track the posters. When you see a period, you're going to stop. You're going to
Stop.
Yes, you're going to stop. You're going to use your regular voice. When you see a period, you're going to use your
Regular voice.
Use your regular voice. When you come to a question mark, your voice is going to go high. Your voice is going to go
high.
Yep, like this. Are you going to the bathroom? See, when I got to the end towards bathroom, my voice went high. So when you see a question mark, your voice is going to go high. Your voice is going to go high. Yep. When you see a comma, it's going to be a quick pause. A comma is a quick pause. Yep, you're going to have a quick pause to see what the next word is going to be. Then there's an exclamation point. Say exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
When you see an exclamation point, you're going to be full of surprise. Your eyes should get big. Your eyes should get big. Like, oh my God. Can we do that? Ready, set, go.
Oh my God.
Good job, Tang. I saw that you have a smile on your face. You were full of surprise and your eyes got big. So, scholars, you ready to practice?
I am. We are.
Okay.
So I think that was good that you had them track the poster. I also think it's good that you gave them examples of each. One thing that I would add to your anchor chart when you make it is I would actually write a sentence and read the sentence that way. So scholars, I have a sentence that shows excitement. Watch me while I read it. Like you said, that their eyes go wide and their voice sounds full of surprise. I would have a sentence up where I can read it, and they can even call and respond that sentence back.
I'm not gonna allow nobody to bite you, so I'm not gonna allow you to bite me. That's wrong. So yeah, I will make sure that he has a letter when he comes home. I'm gonna put his phone on the phone.
And now what I want to do is I'm going to look at, I'm going to read, and then I'm going to read without expression or paying attention to some type of punctuation mark. And you're going to coach me to do that. So when you're coaching me, I want you to make sure you stop me at the point of error, and that you also model how you would want me to read that sentence and have me read it again.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. We'll give you a call when they're on their way to you. Thank you.
I'll read this.
I'm gonna go ahead and get his letter together. Miss Mary, you can just let me know.
She walked ahead of everyone else singing
We
loud.
have his white call.
Can we stop right there? I liked how you started off using your regular voice, but I noticed that there's a comma and you just went right through it. Remember, our poster said that a comma means to pause. A comma means to
Pause.
Yep, listen to me. She walked ahead of everyone else, singing loudly. I took a very slight pause. Can you try that?
Yes, she walked ahead of everyone else, singing loudly.
Good job. Now, when you see another comma, it's having you to have a slight pause so you can see what's coming next. Do you see what other punctuation marks is coming next?
Exclamation point.
So what do you do when you see an exclamation point?
My voice goes up and is full of surprise, and I open my eyes wide.
So let's try again. She walked. Go.
She walked ahead of everyone else, singing loudly. Sorry. I'm going to start over. She walked ahead of everyone else, singing loudly. I'm the boss. Follow me.
Good job, Candy. I really liked how you saw what was coming next and that your voice got louder. You were full of surprise.
Great. So I think that was a very good stopping point. And I also like the fact that you previewed where I might make another error, because you knew that I might not pay attention to the exclamation point, and that this comma meant that I need to pause. And since I saw quotation marks, I probably need to look ahead. So I think that was great. So just again, for the next your next lesson, as you're coaching students on how to read at an increasing rate, we want to pay attention to the punctuation marks. So you'll use your anchor chart. You'll make sure that you have example sentences and model how you want them to read. And then when they're actually reading aloud, make sure you pick a section where they would have to show some kind of expression where you can coach them on. Because I know a lot of times they'll be reading some of it silently. So you would want to preview a section first that you would want them to read. And then make sure that you prompt them, even in their silent reading, can you read this for me? And have them read a part where you know that you want to make sure that they're paying attention to the punctuation, even if they're reading silently. And the second part of our practice, I wanted to talk about paying attention to the dialogue and how we should read with feeling when we see certain things. So I particularly wrote down words like demanded. I saw commanded in here, or demanded, commanded. angrily and being excited, because those are things that we often see in the step books. So right now, I want you to think about how would you coach scholars to pay attention to those keywords. I think we were off to a great start because you stopped me at this at the comma before the dialogue started. But how would you be able to help them understand to read these parts of the book with expression? Because I feel like this is a little bit more challenging because, for example, like it says here, like commanded is like after it. Well, let's see. You stand here while I go to this one. So you see commanded comes after the dialogue, but this part is still like a command. So how would you help me to realize I need to do that? Would it be more of like stopping, you're anticipating the error, so you model it in advance, or would you stop me at the point of error? How would you coach me around that?
This one's tricky.
It is tricky. But you're so smart.
Oh, now he don't want to follow me.
Hi, Davis. I'm right next to her.
Come on.
Okay. Alright, scholars. When we see quotation marks, that means that characters are talking. Characters are talking. Yep, characters talking. Instead of seeing the word said and asked, an author might use other words to let you know how a character is talking. How a character is
Talking.
For example, instead of saying said or asked, the author might use loudly or commanded or frightfully. So when you see those signal words, you should read and sound like the word you just read. For example, over here, this book says, Miss White loudly said, I'm so happy. I see that the word loudly is saying how she said, I'm so happy. So I'm going to read it loudly because Miss White was loud. Watch me. Miss White said loudly, I'm so happy. My voice went up high because I said it loud because the character said Miss White was loudly. Yeah, something like that.
She said it.
She said it loudly.
If you want to, I can walk up to the seclusion room.
So
and we
let's
can just take a look.
practice. Let's do that. Yeah.
So I think so. It was good when you said that when you see the quotation marks, it's going to tell you how a character says something or maybe how they feel, and you gave examples of how they feel. They may feel frightful. They may command. They may be angry. They may be loud. So I think it was good that you said like some of those signal words that they need to pay attention to. I also think it was good that you gave an example. I would clear up at the end where you're getting ready to have them pay attention to it in their book.
Okay.
So you would just say, scholars, today while you're reading, I want you to pay attention to those signal words.
Okay.
And when you see the signal words, you need to read it like the character may say it. And you can even prep them, because I think this is going to be tricky for them to get the first time. You can even say, Miss Jackson may have to help you, because at first, when you first start doing this, it's going to be tricky because sometimes you may see the signal word after the quote. Sometimes, and since you see the signal word after the quote, I may have to stop you and read it again so that you can read it just like the character is feeling. But over time, as you continue to practice, you'll get better, because like really it's just something that they naturally will have to get better on over time. So they just should know that you're going to stop them and show them how to do it and have them read it again.
Okay.
And so now I'll practice doing, I'll read this sentence right here, and I'll read it without the feeling, and then you'll stop me at my point of error, have me go back. And then especially in this one, you want to have me, and I'm sure you probably thought about it, but like to continue on to read it in this manner, because it's still like part of the same quote. You stand here while I go into the store, Margot commanded. Give me your money.
So let's stop right there, Tammy. I liked how, you use a very normal tone while you were reading, but I noticed that these are quotation marks, and she's having a conversation. So you want to sound like that Margot is actually having a conversation to somebody. Who is she talking to in the story?
Jerome.
She's talking to Jerome. So you should be like Margot and actually have a conversation with him, just like you were talking to me or another friend. So I want you to go back and read it and actually sound like you're having a conversation. Then I see the word commanded. That's like a signal word. So commanded is like when you are giving a direction to somebody, like a dog. Like I tell my dog to sit down. So my voice gets really stern and focused. So when you see commanded, your voice should be very stern and focused, especially when you go after the word. Can you try it?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
You stand here while I go into the store, Margot commanded. Give me your money.
That was wonderful. I like how when you read Margot commanded, your voice went normal, but then as soon as you got after commanded, you went back to being stern and focused.
So I think that was good how you asked who, so you prompted her even more, which I think are deeper than the prompts here, because it'll just say like something like that. Those are quotation marks. What word did you see? I think your prompts were better because you prompted me to think about who Margot was talking to, and you made a connection to like my personal experience or conversations that I may have with another person. So you need to read like you're talking to another person. And you also stopped me at commanded and gave me another clear example of when I see a word commanded, it's like, when I want someone to do something, I have a dog and I want to make him do something, so I command for them to do something. So I talk in a voice that is stern and I think focus, stern and focus. Sorry. But they understand stern. So I think you made it really clear for me how I should read. And you stopped me at my ear and told me even after the word commanded, I really needed to pay attention and continue to read in that manner. And congratulated me on my voice going back to normal in between the quotes. So I think that was really a strong practice. And just over the next unit, again, I would just like to see you work with increasing scholar rate by giving them a lot of at-bats and a lot of modeling around what they should do. Because I think that's going to help them, especially with their silent comprehension piece. Just paying attention to the punctuation marks, paying attention to the dialogue, and reading as if they're a character, reading with expression will definitely go a long way with the comprehension piece. And again, when we circle back in our morning meetings to the prompting, I think that's going to help as well. So we'll be really in a strong place by the end of the unit and by the next test round. We'll have all second graders going to second grade on step 9.
Can I split these into 2 lessons?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. It's
Okay.
no, sorry. I did not mean probably should. So there are really 2 things that I want you to do.
Okay.
I would start with, I guess I didn't make myself clear, but I would start with the period, comma, question mark, because that's easier.
Okay.
Definitely over 2 lessons, not 1.
Okay.
Yeah, not 1.
Okay.
And I would like for you to submit a video before your next O3, which will not be next week, but the week after that.
Okay.
And you can submit a video of either one that you feel comfortable with. I'll be in to see as well. And then I'm looking forward to seeing your anchor charts and signage around that. So, yep, our scholars are going to do well. And we're going to keep working on, as I said, Jacob is working on a retail PD. But I see you've already started working on it. So I think you're off to a strong start with at least the chunking, beginning, middle, and end, and thinking about the details in there. So we're gonna do well.
Awesome.
Right. Have a great afternoon.